Hello and welcome to NeoEnglish, the podcast that helps you learn English fast and understand current news stories.
Today, we're talking about a very unusual and sad news story from the UK. Let's make it simple and clear together.
Yes, this story is about a police officer and a 92-year-old man who is an amputee. An amputee is a person who has lost one or more arms or legs.
The man was in a wheelchair, which is a special chair with wheels for people who cannot walk.
The news says that the police officer, called a PC, used a taser on the old man. A taser is a weapon that gives a strong electric shock. Police sometimes use it to stop people when they are dangerous.
But the man was 92 and in a wheelchair. Many people say this sounds unbelievable and very sad.
The court is now talking about what happened. The word court means the place where judges, lawyers, and witnesses try to find out the truth about what happened.
Let's talk about some of the important words we heard. First, amputee. For example, if someone loses a leg in an accident, they become an amputee. Another example, a war veteran who lost an arm is also called an amputee.
Next, wheelchair. If a person cannot use their legs, they need a wheelchair to move. For example, you often see wheelchairs in hospitals. Or, children with injuries sometimes use a wheelchair until they can walk again.
Now, taser. Police officers carry tasers for protection. For example, if someone is behaving dangerously, the police may use a taser. Or, if there's a robbery, police might use a taser to stop the criminal.
Finally, court. The court decides if someone did something wrong or not. For example, people go to court if they are accused of a crime. Or, lawyers speak in court to defend people.
Let's talk about the phrase court hears. When news says, court hears, it means the court is learning the details of what happened. For example, the court hears the witness speak, or, the court hears the lawyer's argument.
Now, let's put it all together. Here's a simple version of the story. A UK police officer used a taser on a 92-year-old man who had lost his leg and was sitting in a wheelchair. The police said he was dangerous, but many people are shocked because the man was very old and could not walk. The court is now listening to the details of what happened to find the truth.
Let's make it even simpler. A policeman used a weapon called a taser on an old man who could not walk. The judge is trying to understand if this was right or wrong.
Now, let's review today's vocabulary and phrases. Wheelchair, a chair with wheels for people who cannot walk. Amputee, a person who has lost an arm or leg. Taser, a police weapon that uses electricity. Court, the place where legal decisions are made. Court hears, when a court listens to what happened.
To use these words, you can say, my grandfather uses a wheelchair. She became an amputee after the accident. The police used a taser on the suspect. The court will decide the case. The court hears all the facts before making a decision.
Remember, today's story is difficult but very important. If you want to understand more real news, keep listening every day.
Don't forget to subscribe to NeoEnglish, so you never miss the daily news and the best way to learn English fast. Thanks for listening.
See you next time.